I personally have nothing against skinny jeans, but I guess why are you as a man wearing them? Reading this book was the equivalent to ripping out each individual hair follicle on my head. I would defend that book with my entire life, but that doesn't mean that like it's written good. Don't bring Twilight into this. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany and I love to read and talk about it. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. And welcome back to Bookmas, or if this is your first video, then welcome to Bookmas on my channel. Be sure after this video to go back and watch all of the prior days, just because why not? First things first, let's go ahead and get a fun little drink. We're switching it up today. Yum. That was crisp. Did you guys see that? That was so crisp. Oh my god, this one is just so good. If you can't tell already by the title and the thumbnail of this video, I'm gonna be in for a shocking and a very rude awakening because I'm going to be reading 1-star reviews of my favorite books, and I know these bitches on Goodreads are brutal, and I can't even lie because I've been pretty brutal during I just like looked over and my dog is going to town on his teddy bear. Oh my god. He's literally fixed. You horny dog. Anyways, where I was going with that, I've been pretty brutal. Well, okay, I've been like a little brutal on some of my reviews, but like a book really has to piss me off for me to like get to that level. Like sometimes people will be so brutal over the smallest thing and I'm like, oh my god, you guys are crazy. So I thought it'd be really fun, funny, entertaining, heartbreaking even maybe, to just read the 1-star reviews of my favorite books. Obviously we're not going to read all of them because that's going to take so long, but I'll pick a couple that I think are funny. I haven't read any of them yet. I've been resisting the urge to look. I did make a list of some of my favorite books. I don't know why I needed a list. Obviously I know my favorite books off the top of my head. So let's go ahead and pull up our little handy dandy Goodreads. I'm like actually scared. So the first book that I do want to start with is like my all-time favorite God tier book. If you have been with me for a while, then you probably are already saying the answer to this as I'm speaking it. And if you don't know my all-time favorite book, are you even really my friend? Like, do you even like me? Anyways, my all-time favorite book that I know this is gonna break my heart. Part of me feels like I should save this to the end. You know what? We're gonna wait. I'm gonna tease you guys. We're gonna do a little, I was gonna say clickbait. This is not clickbait. I'm gonna make you guys wait. So let's go ahead and start with something. Let's see. You know what? Let's start with something popular. Let's do Fourth Wing. I know that there's a lot of 1-star reviews for that. Oh my gosh. I just feel like this video is gonna hurt my feelings, and it's like 8 p.m. right now and I'm gonna go to bed probably just like you know, what is that TikTok audio where it's like something about like good night. Please tell me you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't even know if that's like what they said.
I should get some sleep.
I'm trying to find like more of like the shorter ones, or the ones that aren't like 7 miles long, and also ones that obviously don't really have spoilers because I want this to be spoiler free for everybody. Okay, so far none of these are like funny. They're just like saying what they don't like. Some of y'all about to be real mad at me, but this is awful. Also, if this is enemies to lovers, then oh how mighty have fallen. I mean, okay, I guess that's kind of valid because I wouldn't really, like, it's not really giving enemies to lovers, you know? The amount of time I cringe was insane. I'd rather stick molten hot needles in my eyes than read the sequel. Molten hot needles? Surely the book isn't that bad that you would rather... Okay, we're gonna move on. Oh, this one is hilarious. I did actually remember seeing this one in the past. It says, Zayden wears skinny jeans. That's it. Period. Point blank. Well, honestly, fair. I personally have nothing against skinny jeans, but I guess why are you as a man wearing them? But, I mean, shit, if you look good, you look good if you can pull them off, and I know Zayden can definitely pull them off. This one I'm not really sure if she meant to put a 1-star, because it says Zayden could spit on me and I would ask him to do it again. No, because same, yeah. Yeah. He could, I think my review literally was that he could punch me in the face and I'd say thank you. Who had a gun to the heads of everyone who rated this 5 stars? Nobody had a gun to my head. I genuinely enjoyed this book. This is one of those books that I feel like people either love or hate, but if you love it and somebody hates it, they shit on you so much for it because God forbid anybody has a different opinion than you. It's like, well, you must have like a 4th grade reading level if you like Fourth Wing. Like you don't even like like, I don't know, like read classic literature, like those type of people. It's like, no, I can love classic literature and also love dragon fantasy smut. I promise. The duality, like I can read them both. I can. And I do. This one feels a little silly. It says reread, so I could give this book the 1 star it truly deserves. Well, if you hated it that much, why did you spend this whole time to reread it? Why'd you reread it? I would never reread a book that I don't fucking like personally. I should have DNF'd this when I found out he wears skinny jeans. Oh my god. Everybody's hating on his damn skinny jeans. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and switch to something a little more, let's see. I guess in that same realm, let's go ahead and knock out Crescent City because I know a lot of people, I mean, I would expect more personally for like Addt'l, but I didn't want to do Addt'l because I felt like that was like another very obvious one. So like Crescent City, I love Crescent City. To me, Crescent City is, at least the first one, is a god tier book to me. It was a 5 star and beyond. I loved it so much, but that's another one where people either love it or they freaking hate it. So I'm very curious to see the 1 star reviews for this one. But actually it has a lot of, wow, it has a lot of ratings, and it's like average is a 4.45. So maybe it's not going to be as bad as I thought. Oh, this one's just simple and straight to the point. It's no. Just no. And honestly, I respect it. You don't even need to give us a reason. Just no. That's actually kind of funny. God blessed me with eyes and I abused them. The book wasn't bad. I'm gonna need a little more because what do you mean? Okay, I'm gonna read the first part, or I don't even know. This is a very, very long one, so I'm only gonna read like certain parts that I just find funny. It says, I feel about this book the way every dad feels when their child does something stupid. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Imagine you're watching Zootopia. In the background, someone is playing Bright on Netflix obnoxiously loud, and then almost insidiously lurking in the corner comes, of all things, the Winx Club theme song. Mix it all together, slap a pretty cover on it, and you've got this book. No, because that was actually really funny, I'm not gonna lie. I think that was definitely valid, but that's why I would give it 5 stars. That's the funny difference between people. Like, I would read that and be like, I want to read that book. 5 stars. Some people are so funny. If you recently heard a guttural scream, a scream that shook you to your core because it was so filled with frustration, pain, and hatred, then you might have heard me screaming as I finally completed this agonizing book. What did Bryce Quinlan do to y'all? Oh my god. She's done it again, folks. She's written another mediocre book that her fan base will fawn over while I straight up don't get it. And that's okay. You don't have to get it. You don't have to get it. Books aren't for everybody, you know? Like, there's certain really popular books that I hate that people love, which, by the way, I'm also going to be doing a reading 5 star of like books I hated. So that will be coming. Don't know if it'll be coming for Bookmas or if it'll be coming a little later, but that will be coming because after seeing these, I'm like very curious on like the other opinions. Damn, they really do just be Damn, they really do just be publishing anything these days. Guys, I really loved Crescent City. Like, I do get a lot of people, like, some people don't like urban fantasies, and that's totally fine, but, like, if you know that you don't like urban fantasies, don't go into an urban fantasy knowing that you don't like it. But if you've never read one, well, if you've never read one, I feel like Crescent City is not the one to start with. Personally, it's kind of, you know, a thickums, and the world building is very, very intense. I'm not gonna lie, like, that intimidated me, too. So, like, it's fair to not like the book. I mean, it's fair to not like any book. Hold on. You guys can, like, not like any book. That's totally fine. But, like, I do understand some of, like, the reviews. No, this one's valid because I did not like this. And it literally just says alpha hole. And, yeah, I didn't really like that in the book. So, like, that's valid, I guess. This book ruined one of my favorite foods for me. Wait, what food? Guys, what food are they referring to? What food was in Crescent City? Okay, this one doesn't have a lot of like funny ones. Most of them are like actual legit long reviews. And I'm like, So moving on. Let's do Binding 13. All of Boys of Tommen I love. But just to keep it simple, we're just going to do the first one, Binding 13. I'm sure there will be a lot of bad things to say about this one because it's very like traumatic. I don't think there's really going to be like funny things, but who knows? We'll see. Worst $6 I have ever spent in my life. Reading this book was the equivalent to ripping out each individual hair follicle on my head. Wattpad, I'm so sorry for ever comparing this book to you. I've read books on Wattpad a million times better than whatever the fuck I just read. Oh my god. Every hair follicle? The length of this book is enough to make me go dizzy. 626 pages. Okay. No, personally for me, Binding 13 was not long enough. Every book of Boys of Tommen was not long enough. You could give me an 1,000-page book and it still would not be enough for the story that we get. That's just me, personally, I guess. I could make a drinking game of how many times Shannon's called tiny, Johnny talks about his dick, but I die of alcohol poisoning. That's fair. It's real, you know. Still love the book. Oh my gosh, this person feels very strongly about this. Cringy. Rolled my eyes about 100 times. Cheesy. Bad writing. Bad, bad, bad. Horrible. Oh my god. Hated the dialogues with my whole entire being. Cringe. I'm in utter disbelief that everyone is rating it 5 stars. How? And comparing this to Mariana Zapata's Slow Burn, that's sinning right there. No sense of humor, damsel in distress in a suffocating way. Goodbye, Johnny. She whispered it was written about 500 times. Can she stop whispering it? You promise. I can't even finish reading this one, but this is hilarious because like it's so funny when people get so worked up about like, again, I've been there, obviously I get it, but like it's just really funny when it's a book you love and you see somebody getting so worked up because it just makes it like hilarious. Thank God I'm not crying at any of these yet. Binding 13, more like binding my hand around a gun and shooting myself in the face so no one can ever talk to me about this trash again. Long story short, she is tiny. She's a small little girl. She's 15, but she looks 8. She's frail and tiny and small. Such a small little girl. Did we mention? Okay, but she's malnourished. Her dad beats her and she doesn't eat. Of course she's tiny. What do y'all expect her to be fucking muscled and filled out? She's neglected. Next, he's huge. Big, huge, manly man, football, 17-year-old heartthrob. All he does is eat protein and go to the gym and do personal training and play football. I feel like that sounds like a typical, like, 17-year-old boy. I don't know, when I was in high school, I feel like that's, like, all that they talked about. Working out and football and eating and among other things. Sorry, some of these are, like, so long that, like, I'm not reading the entire thing because some of them aren't even like funny, they're just like explaining the plot. So I'm just like trying to read the funny parts. Apologize to the trees, Chloe Walsh. They're wailing in anguish over dying for this unflushable shit. That is so mean. Oh my god. Oh my god, some of these are so like DNF. This should be considered a hate crime against the Irish. Oh my god. I don't think the Irish care that much. Relax. I don't get the hype. That's okay. Again, you don't need to get the hype. I feel like if you get it, you get it. If you don't, that's fine also. Okay, up next, let's do Once Upon a Broken Heart because, I don't know. Can anyone say anything bad about Once Upon a Broken Heart? Of course they can. This video has literally proven to me that they can say anything bad about any of these. But I just feel like Once Upon a Broken Heart was just so whimsical and fairy tale and fun and cutesy. Like, how could anybody hate it? Actually, I know someone who hates it, and I guarantee you she's watching this video right now, and just know I know, and I'm thinking of you right now too. Jax was mid. I much preferred Apollo, to be honest. I'm not reading that part, but I'll put the screenshot so you can read it just because, I don't know. I feel like I've already said a lot of things that are, you know, I've already cursed a lot in this video, but I don't think I should read that. But saying Jax was mid is crazy. I love Jax. Oh my god. I love Jax. I love Jax. I don't think Jax brushes his teeth. What? What do you mean by that? What? What does that mean? Was there something mentioned that I'm... What did... Okay, I guess. Sure. I mean... Okay, I guess we'll never know. This person definitely is a Evangeline Jax hater, because she says, if Eva Jax has 1,000,000 haters, then I'm one of them. If they have 10 haters, then I'm one of them. If they only have 1 hater, then that is me. And if they have no haters, then that means I am dead. If the world loves them, then I am against the world. Wow. And then someone in the comments said justice for Apollo. Can you guys relax? I wish I was illiterate. Honestly, I felt that way about a couple books, so that's completely fair. I think this 1 star is actually one that I will agree with. This is the most real 1 star. This is one that I can get down with, okay? And it says not enough Jax. Because you know what? Yeah, we did not get enough Jax in any of... Well, I haven't read the 3rd one yet, to be fair. But book 1 and book 2, I need Jax on every page. So you know what? I will agree with that one. I personally wouldn't have rated it 1 star and then said that. I would have still given it like 5 stars, but that's okay. I feel like everyone who gave this book 5 stars either got paid to do it or didn't actually read the book. One of the dumbest things I've read in a long time. I wish I got paid. I loved it. I gave that 5 star for free. It's that same energy. You guys are getting paid. Whoops, the Coke is fine. But I am gonna move it away from my gaming PC that it's literally sitting on. I did not get paid. And I did read the book fully. I actually think I annotated it too. Okay, let's do, I have 2 more on my list, but then I also did just think of like another one. Oh, actually I have 3 more currently on my list, but I did just think of, for some reason, God of Ruin. That one popped in my head because I was like, I bet you there's some crazy 1 star reviews for this book, because this book is insane. Landon King is insane, but I love him. I think I thought of it because of how much I was saying I love Jax, and then it reminded me of how in like every video I mentioned how much I love Landon King. And now here we are. So let's just take a little why can't I think of the word? You know, when you're like going on a path and then you take a little decourse. Decourse, it doesn't sound right. We're gonna read the 1 star reviews for God of Ruin, even though it wasn't on my list. Corny ass should have stayed a side character. Take it back. Take it back. I love him. Are you kidding me? He's just iconic. Like, I think he's so funny and iconic. He's just a problem in everybody's book, including his own, and I just think he's fucking hilarious. Flop. It's just 2 losers joined together in holy matrimony. Fuck them both. Hope Killian one day succeeds in killing him. Okay. Wow. There's a lot to unpack there. Not a single good line in this entire book. Huh. Right. Right. Okay. You guys are being really fucking rude. You know what's really interesting to me is I feel like a lot of these 1 star reviews I've been seeing everybody being like, talking about how much they love Maya and how Maya's their favorite character. Maya? I hate Maya. I think what she did was really crappy. Like, I do not like Maya at all. Like, I'm just noticing a trend here where like the 1 star reviewers are ones who like Maya. So I think that maybe you guys just like don't know what you're talking about or something. I don't know. You guys are being mean, so I'm allowed to be mean back. Like this one says, fuck everyone besides Maya. No one fucking deserves her at all. Oh my god. I wouldn't wish this book upon my worst enemy. This was so atrocious. How does one even stand to look at this book? I think we're gonna move on past this one. Let's do Heavenly Bodies. Oh, you know what really grinds my gears? I've been seeing this in so many of like the reviews. Like this one, for example, right here, where it says, Book Talk has led me to another shitty book and I'm taking a very long break from the recommendations. I hate when people say like, oh, Book Talk lied. Book Talk was wrong again. Book Talk, like, first off, nobody's forcing you guys to read these books that are on Book Talk. Like, you're the one that's seeing it and being like, hey, that sounds good. And it would be no difference if you saw it on Instagram, YouTube, you saw it at the bookstore, you saw it on Goodreads. Like, y'all just love to sit there and be like, BookTok did it again. They suck. They gave me crappy recommendations. I don't know why. That just makes me so like violent, because you didn't have to take that recommendation. You didn't, like, I don't know. And I get that like BookTok is more just like the coined term now for like a popular book and stuff, or like a viral book, but still, I just think that like, I don't know, it just like kind of grinds my gears. And it's like, no, BookTok didn't, it's not a shitty BookTok recommendation, and now you can never trust BookTok again, because it'll be like a really popular book that like 80% of the world loves, and you just happen to not like it. And that's totally fine. Like I said, there are some really popular BookTok books that everybody loves that I didn't like, but I'm not like thinking, it's not living rent free in my head. I'm not like, oh, screw BookTok, I'm never taking a recommendation from them, like from them again. No, I'm literally an hour later I was on TikTok being like, oh my god, that sounds so good. Oh, whatever. Oh my god, my phone is at 7%. I need to find a charger. Hold on. Anyways, the rest of that review, let's see if there was anything actually entertaining. The book had potential, but it was very obvious this was her first novel, and that's okay. Like, why did we start expecting somebody's first book to be like this amazing? Like, I don't know. The pacing was all wrong. There was every trope imaginable thrown into it. The dialogue of the characters was cringe and varied from casual to overly proper. It's way too long. It's a huge shame because the story could have been so good. Me personally, I loved it. I wrote a better fanfic when I was 14 years old. Yeah, I bet you did think that, but I bet you if we read that fanfic now, it probably would be terrible. Go publish it then, if you think it was so great. I want this book erased from my memory. From the premise, I was so excited to read this. It sounded right up my alley, but to say it was a disappointment is me putting it lightly. You know what? I also want it erased from my memory, but so I can read it again for the second time and love it 10 times more. I feel like y'all are gaslighting me right now. You look like the light has made love to you. Also, the sex hooker. I loved that quote. That quote I thought was so sweet. I remember literally posting on my story being like, oh my god, that is so sweet. I thought that quote was so sweet, but I also, you know, don't take every little thing in life literal, and I just know how to have a good time, so. Oh my god, wait. I feel like this, when I started this video, I was like, everyone's entitled to their own opinions, and I understand, and now I feel like I'm like, fuck your opinions. I feel like, let me relax. At least a lot of the reviews are mostly people just being like, hey, the book had so much potential, but it just didn't work for me because of like plot holes and stuff. Also, this book was independently published first, so some of these could also be from that before it got like republished and everything. But like, most of them are like normal reviews. Oh my god. The most appalling part of this is how the author shoehorns in the concept of pizza in a full-blown fantasy setting. Are they not allowed to have pizza in like a fantasy world? Because if I had a fantasy world, I'm gonna want pizza in there. If you're looking for Addt'l but somehow worse, then this book is it. I was gonna say, that's not even mean because I love Addt'l too. Like, but what do you mean like by that? Zodiac Academy and Addt'l from Temu. That's hilarious. Well, that segues us right into my next book, which is actually Zodiac Academy, so that seems like the perfect opportunity to stop this one and go to Zodiac Academy now. I wouldn't say that it's Zodiac Academy and Addt'l from Temu, but again, Zodiac Academy and Addt'l and Heavenly Bodies are all 5 stars for me, so I don't know what that says about me. Maybe that I just can enjoy a book for the fun of it and not take it that seriously, but anyways, we're gonna just do book 1, The Awakening. This one should be interesting because I know that like this is like a trashy book. This is like a trashy romantasy, fantasy, whatever, and I love it. I ate up every second of it, but I know that a lot of people hate it. Like, I always tell people, like, Zodiac Academy is a god tier book. It is amazing. It is such a good time. I love it so much, but like, don't go in expecting amazing writing and like, there's so much that happens in this series, and like, the writing isn't, you know, top tier and everything. Like, I said it was an enjoyable book, not that it was like a good book, you know what I mean? Like, it's it's like one of those things. Like, I would defend that book with my entire life, but that doesn't mean that like it's written good. Darcy, Tori, I don't know, I can't keep them apart. Neither do I want to learn to. Constantly going, oh yeah, he tried to kill me, but he's just so hot, you know. Yeah, I mean, have you seen Darius? Listen, if Darius tried to kill me, I would say thank you. You all have fun with your bully romances. I will. Actually, thank you, I will. But I'm too old for this. We're gonna move on past that one. That's another thing, like, stop shaming people for liking tropes. Like, the people that are, like, shaming people because they like dark romance or because they like romantasy instead of just a fantasy book, or, like, who gives a fuck? Why does that affect you? This is turning into like a, I feel like I don't want to say like bookish hot takes because none of these are hot takes, but like this is turning into just like a rant session about like everything and all things. The writing in this book completely threw me off, just couldn't stand it, and that's fair. I feel like that's a fair review because it's like an opinion, like the writing just didn't work for you and that's totally fine. But like to say I don't know why anybody would like this book, I hate reviews like that because it's reading is subjective. Like I don't see why anybody would like you as a person, but yet there's people that like you as a person. You see what I mean? Oh my god, it's like I'm gonna get, oh my god, I don't want to get like canceled for bullying or something. Let me like actually stop. If Professor Orion was my teacher, then I'd never skip class. No, same. That is the realest review for Zodiac Academy because same. Oh my gosh, Lance. If Darius didn't exist, I would 100% be a Lance girl, and I am like a Lance and Darius girl. Like they can both be, you know, they can both be on the same level. But like if I had to choose one gun to my head, I'm choosing Darius. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. But I do love Lance. I love him so much. I just love when they're so simple like this. Just no. No. Just. And you know what? You said what you said. Oh wait, whoa. This one I just feel like is gonna be hilarious. All I saw was Elena Gilbert and I just started cackling. Girly girl Elena Gilbert, if she had a non-girly girl twin, meets the brand new Harry Styles Wattpad bully romance fanfic in a Harry Potter setting where everyone is high on fairy dust, drunk on mermaid pee, caught dealing unicorn poop, and base their entire personality on stars and tree alignments because it's the new chic. This was so bad, I had the best time. 0.5 stars for laughing my ass off. That is how I'm gonna refer to this book from now on because that is hilarious. That if I was rating all of the reviews that I have read, if I remembered them all, this would definitely be number one. This would be like the top of the list because that is the best review I've ever seen in my entire life. That is so funny. Oh my god, that is so fucking funny. This book gave me COVID and that's not a joke either. Okay. What do you mean by that? Trash, and yet I want to keep reading the series. Honestly, real. Like I said, it's literally a trashy book, but in the best possible way. It's like, it's one of those like guilty pleasures, like a trashy reality TV show that you're like, this isn't a good show, but like I cannot stop watching it. That's kind of how that felt. I think we have made it to the last book on my list, unless I think of any before we end this video, but we're going to be doing my God tier book right now, like number one of all time. I have a tattoo for this book, okay? It's literally, it's in this frame. You can see it right now. I'm gonna give you like a couple seconds to think of it because I'm curious if anybody's gonna guess it. I'm actually really nervous to see the 1-star reviews for this book. Oh, I didn't even tell you the book. Okay, so the book is The Song of Achilles. And I am nervous. I can see people being like, because there are like people who will read like a retelling and they'll be like, this is not exactly like the Iliad, and then they're like bent out of shape about it. But it's like, that's kind of like the beauty of like, you know, a retelling is they're taking the core story and then like making their own liberties and stuff. And like I think retellings are really fun because it's like, if I wanted to read the original story, I'll just go read the Iliad, you know what I mean? Like I want to read the author's like interpretations of like the events that happen, you know what I mean? So I can see like that being a lot of the 1-star reviews. So like fine, whatever, like classicists and stuff like on their little high horses, totally get it. Oh my gosh. That was like kind of like low-key a funny pun, you know? It's like the horse, you know, like the Trojan horse. Get it? Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna look at the reviews now. I'm pissed. I am so mad at this review. I have a one-sided beef with this person. Don't even know her, but I have one-sided beef with her because I hated pretty much everything about this. The only reason I didn't DNF, wait for this, ready? The only reason I didn't DNF was because I wanted to watch them die suffering and begging for death. They're probably the most awful characters I have ever read. Just imagine a face with pure disgust, multiply it 7 times, and that was me for like 6 hours straight. I literally want to end this video right now. My foot, you can't see it, but my foot is tapping. Like, I'm speechless. If you want to read about two gay cousins fucking in a tiny bit modernized ancient Greece, get it. I mean, that wasn't what the book was about, but okay. Just another simple no. I actually would like to know why. DNF at 27%. I'm so sorry, I just couldn't. I was so bored during the whole time, and I'm trying to DNF more when I know I'm not liking it, so here you go. I know so many people like this book, but I just didn't. I really thought I was gonna like this book. Okay, but honestly, like, that's fair, because especially if this isn't like a type of book that you typically read, it's totally fair because it is slower, and if you don't know, like, I don't want to be like, oh, if you don't know, like, the story or whatever, you don't really kind of know, like, where the story's gonna go. If you're not, like, familiar with Greek mythology in general, and you don't, like, really know where the story's going, I can also see why you don't have, like, the urge to, like, push through or anything. I personally didn't find it boring or slow. Like, it is slow, but, like, I didn't find it slow to read. Does that make sense? Like, I enjoyed even the slow parts because I loved the writing in the book so much and the characters and everything, but, like, I can see why other people would think that. So, like, that's fair, honestly. Like, that's fair. Oh, all of the reviews for this one are so long. I'm, like, trying to find ones that aren't, like, miles long. Oh, I don't like this one. Ew. What do you mean by that? You don't like two men kissing or something? What do you mean by that? I don't know why this one is so funny to me. Hold it. What is this? Are you trying to trick me? Is this a kissing book? Like, I don't know. That one definitely made me giggle a little. Okay. Sometimes, like, I'm like, why did you rate it 1 star? Like, all she put was, I can't stop crying. If a book makes me cry, that's automatically probably, like, a 4 or 5 star, unless it was literally terribly written, because it's, like, you invoked so much emotion out of me that, like, I got that attached to, like, your writing and your characters and everything. Like, I would not rate a book 1 star unless I cried because of how miserable it made me or something, or, like, I don't know. Why would you rate that 1 star if it moved you? Boring. So goddamn boring. I finished reading it and I'm still bored. It was that boring. I think you're boring. I think you're a boring person. By the way, like, none of this is, like, necessarily me being, like, completely serious. Like, I'm just, like, joking back. So if any of you, like, left any of these reviews, like, I promise I'm not actually taking it that seriously. Like, I'm just, like, being sarcastic and funny for the video. Like, don't come for me. I promise. I'm actually not that, like, bent out of shape. Like I said, people have different opinions about books. But I could see somebody being like, that's my review, and yeah. I'm joking for the most part. Unless you actually said something, like, disrespectful. Characters didn't have enough personality for me to feel anything. My second Madeline Miller book made me realize that her writing style just isn't for me. And you know what? That's okay. And you didn't say anything bad. You just said that, like, I just don't find her writing style, you know, I just don't think it works for me, and that's okay. I've been bamboozled by you people for the last time. I don't know why that sentence, like, just got me. That sentence is so funny. I love the word bamboozled. It's so great to me. I was so bored. This book was such a product of its time. Twilight is as equally compelling a love story as this. Derogatory shit to make sure you guys knew. First off, don't even disrespect Twilight like that, because Twilight is just as great. Actually, not just as great. Song of Achilles, nothing will be as great as that. But don't bring Twilight into this. What did Edward and Bella, what did they do to you? Don't bring them into this. Wow. All right. I think I'm ending here because I'm gonna go, like, cry in my bed now because you guys were so mean. Some of those were so mean. If you did enjoy this video, you guys already know what to do, and give it a giant thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and the bell button next to it. That way you don't miss out when I post, because I will be doing a part 2 to this where I'm going to be reading 5-star reviews of books that I hated, and I think that's going to be really interesting to see. I don't know if it'll be as funny, because I feel like people put funny reviews more for 1-star reviews, but I think it'll be interesting to see people loving books that I hated. Also, I can definitely do a part 2, or I guess a part 3 at that point. I could do another part of this one where I'm reading 1-star reviews of other books that I love, because I love a lot of books, and I'm gonna always keep loving a lot of books. So I can definitely pick some more books that I loved, and we can do another part to this as well if you guys end up liking it. So definitely let me know. I'm gonna leave it at that. So I hope you guys are enjoying Bookmas so far this year. I'm having a great time with it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.